Welcome back to this week's news show. Welcome back to Sikhistan News. On a Monday, we've got quite a few community-led posts today because a lot of people tagged us and stuff as we asked people to do on Instagram, and there's a lot of pretty cool things. So we had to cut a lot of them out and keep them pretty to the most impressive.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been a lot going on weightlifting, but we're going to keep it to the little bit to Lasha and the Kaz boys.
Yeah.
And then some very impressive feats of strength. So, starting off now, I'm not sure if we can actually play this. But what I wanted to highlight from Lasha, obviously won Worlds. But he also missed a 220 snatch, so I'm going to real quickly play this. Everyone's going to act like we didn't play this, okay, B, before the...
I'm also going to say as well that nobody is in any way shocked by him winning Worlds.
No.
But I was slightly shocked by him missing this.
220. Oh, and we got to go. Oh, I wasn't there. I was never there. It was never there.
What was never there?
So Lasha said in an interview after with Yasmin, who took over the role of kind of an IWF presenter, which is the first time they've done anything regarding social media. So well done to Yasmin, and about fucking time for
Yeah,
IWF.
did a great job.
Yeah, great job. So she knew a lot of the athletes, so had a bit of rapport with them. So Lasha said he had to lose some weight because of heart problems, which is concerning from a, I suppose, an empathetic point of view.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You can't be 6'4", 180 odd kilos or plus or minus at any point during the year, regardless of obviously performance enhancing drug use, which also take a toll on the old ticker, on the old cardiovascular system. Being such a large human being, supported by the anabolics, which unnaturally sustain the amount of muscle mass, and then you've inducing things like left ventricle hypertrophy, you end up in not a great scenario.
No, and the thing that kind of gets lost as well is it just doesn't matter if you're supremely lean or if you're really out of shape. If you're 150 or 180 or 200 kilos, it's just very, very, very unhealthy.
Yeah.
You could have like six-pack abs, or you could have a big rounded out belly. That stuff matters, but it doesn't matter just as much as that sheer body weight and the stress that puts in your heart. So I hope he is doing all right. Hopefully he'll take a bit of a break, get himself healthy again.
I was talking to Anton in an effort to delay the minimal rest time between sets during our session. I was asking him what's Lasha's kind of, how is he seen with injuries and stuff, because obviously he would have been training up with him until the start of this year, the end of last year, and he said Lasha is pretty beat up, his hips, knees, wrists, a lot of things are very, very sore, and Anton thinks he just needs a year or more off, and it does make sense. We've seen people like Ilya do that to maintain the quality he's lifting right up until they snatched their boy from the competitive ranks. Obviously, we see very famously Liu Xiaojun took a full year off, came back half natty, is still in incredible shape. Those long times off do make a big difference, and it's kind of the opposite of what we'll see with probably someone like Carlos, who I suspect we'll see him deteriorate in the next few years. Not that I want, of course I want to see him keep lifting, but I bet if he keeps pushing this level, we'll probably see some deterioration in performance. You'll see someone like Nino, who's kind of very slowly progressed through his training. We see Gabriel took quite long times off, and Gabriel's a big fan of that. So I hope for Lasha's sake, there's no rush, especially doesn't need to jeopardize his own health.
Absolutely not. Like, he's still in his 20s.
Yeah, he's like 28, I think.
Yeah, like for Gabriel, in talking to Gabriel about this, Gabriel said there's a Romanian saying, and it goes along the lines of, the key to success is long and frequent breaks.
Yeah.
And like, it clearly worked very well for him,
Now, speaking of people who don't take long and frequent breaks, we're on to the Kaz boys. So they released some of their snatches before the 2022 Worlds.
Okay.
So I wanted to include this. Adila Tully put up a 185. So he was a 96. Very blasé, very casual.
To be honest, this is my favourite genre of lifting videos, the ones that come out in the months or so after the competitions, where people are like, oh, this is what I did in November.
Yes.
And they wouldn't have put it up, obviously, for tactical advantage and for a host of other reasons. But it's this is definitely my favourite style of video, the ones where I hit this a few months ago, probably hit 5 or 10 kilos less than this in the competition, but they're very entertaining.
They're always really heavy as well, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
This looks like he was a training block, or is a training block away from doing like 190 or more. Very, very casual. His snatch is definitely slightly outpacing his clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Best clean and jerk is 215.
It's funny, those two, like the two lifts never come in sync.
Yeah.
Like they never come in on the same tide. It's
Well,
always...
That's not true. Ilya in 2012
Well,
in London.
Yeah, it's a rare occurrence
Yeah.
where someone will hit, like, they'll be in their absolute best snatch form and absolutely best clean and jerk form.
You see, Lasha is another two of the base lifters ever, essentially the only people who were able to do that
Yeah.
very frequently.
Yeah.
So 185 from Adila Tully, and then Archim Antropov put up a 170. So he was a 102. I don't get what's going on with his snatch. I want to know, because this 170 looks like he's done a set of 5 with it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make any sense. And
It looks so strangely routine.
Now, well, obviously set of 5 is hyperbole, but he definitely could have done, like, it's, I'd love to know what's happening. Is it a mental thing? Is it a technical thing? Is it a pain? Is something really sore?
Yeah.
Like, his shoulders could be in excruciating pain here when he has a barbell overhead, and it just, when he doesn't use straps, it kills him, you know. But this looks like he can snatch 190.
Yeah.
And no joke, this really does look like a 190 snatch he could do.
It's how robotic that looks.
Yeah.
Makes it look like there's so many more kilos there in the tank. Like, there's just absolutely no... Like, usually you'll see some sort of breakdown from the extreme effort you might have to put in at the top, or how heavy the barbell feels off the floor. There's none of that here.
No. I'd love to know what his best snatch is. I might chance a cheeky DM and just be like, hey, Archie,
Yeah.
what are your best lifts? Because, like, he's remained athletic enough to make use of his squats, you know, especially in his clean and jerk. So I just really want to know what the fucking story is.
There's a lot of squat there to use.
There's a lot of squat there to use. There's more than enough squat.
I love this snatch technique.
I love it as well.
Yeah.
He snatches is a thing of beauty, and so is his clean and jerk.
Yeah.
All of his lifts are magnificent.
For so many of the very, very elegant lifters out there, it's very difficult for me to imagine myself or somebody like in my position where you're of like around 100 kilos, around 6 foot tall, snatching with that level of technique. This kind of technique I could see being really, really transferable over to general populations. No, it looks very, very nice.
Now, moving on from our weightlifting section, Shane Hunt, powerlifter, been on the podcast, did 700 pounds, which is 318.5 kilos or so, for a set of 11 conventional in, I think this was the animal cage thing, which made a comeback. So good times losing my Olympia virginity. Can't wait to do it again next year. 800 pounds by 10. Now, obviously 700 for a set 11 is incredible, but the shape, the physical shape.
Yeah. The first time I saw this video,
Yeah.
before I sent it over to you, I said I was just gobsmacked by the weight and the reps, and they just looked so good. Like, they were all so fast, all so consistent. I was gobsmacked by that, and then afterwards when I looked at it again and I saw, like, he literally looks like he's 2 months pre-bodybuilding show.
No, even inside 2 months, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Everything is so fucking dense, you know. He talks a little bit about his usage sometimes, you know. It's not something he hides, but he said he basically just does the same thing all year round. But he's just very diligent with his food and his training, and you know, he's just layering on mass everywhere. Lots of systems work.
The great thing with Shane Hunt as well is he stays in great shape all the time.
Yeah, but he
Like-
did say he finds it hard to gain weight.
Yeah, he's he just looks like he's always phenomenally strong and always very, very, very lean and kind of in shape, you know. He's definitely, for somebody who wants to go and do powerlifting, he's as aspirational as I think there could ever be, you know. He's probably sitting 125 kilos or around that. I know he's around 120 kilos when we spoke to him.
I'd love an accurate measurement of his body fat as well. Like, what is he at 120? I know he's gone in for big lifts, so it'd be interesting to see. He seems to be on the right track. So he had a back injury earlier this year, but seems to have cleared up. Totally okay.
Yeah. No, it's great to see. I love to see Shane doing well.
Now, you might remember last week, Keenan Lee, or a random Korean dude, squatting 350, and we were very enamored with how much he buried it. In the meantime, he squatted 362.5 kilos. And also fucking buried it. Absolutely buried it in Korea. 362.5. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
Some lifting.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. I love that shoulder and wrist position. Very, very nice squat. No fanfare, no like strange setup or anything. Just
Straight up and down.
yeah, knees don't shoot back massively as he starts to stand up with it.
Yeah.
No, it's a lovely squat.
And he's, as far as I know, 110 kilo lifter. He's in great shape. You know, he's not 180 kilos. He's squatting 362.5, deep as fuck. Like everything about this is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's very slim.
This level of aesthetic nature in back squats in powerlifting makes me feel like there should be some qualitative element to, or there should be somewhere for people to go to do like conventional deadlifts and really nice deep squats where they get rewarded for that.
Any kind of pressing, no?
Maybe a strict press.
Okay, maybe we'll do something, a Seeker strength competition.
Yeah, just like that level, like it's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, in Wembley Arena or somewhere. So moving on, then we have Vasa Samatawa. I'm not sure. Very sorry. I don't know. Most importantly, here's him benching 250 kilos. He made a little joke and said elbow extensions. I'm assuming this is one of the most impressive bench presses we're all going to see for a while.
It is insanely controlled.
Until John Hack does whatever he's going to do next.
Yeah.
I can't remember a bench press where I've been more impressed.
He doesn't look massive either. I'd like to know what his body weight is, but just a legit pause.
Oh, man.
No, like absolutely no question at any point in that lift. It's so nice.
Kind of looks like he could do like 265 or maybe 270 touch and go. It's hard to know. Some lifters don't get a lot out of touch and go because they do it so long, and it's hard to know at these extremes of the weights how much difference you'd really see.
Yeah.
But it looks like he do this for multiple singles. Like he could have done a couple of singles at this.
What the other thing I really like about this, and you could really see it as he pushed the bar off his chest, the bar is moving fast enough to put whip into it. So you'll see just as he pressed it off here, small little bit of a flex into the bar. Like that's insane strength.
So he looks to be coached by he is coached by the Australian strength coach.
Nice.
So who was came hard in the scene there, was like last year, 2 years ago. Was getting very popular. Was coaching Halftor Bjornsson, if anyone remembers. But yeah, an insane bench press.
Yeah.
Now, Ivan Markov Strong is pressing 175 kilos with what appears to be bee pollen on his hands. But and these are strict.
I haven't seen this.
Now, these last two videos have been community-led. People have tagged us in them. So 170 for multiple reps.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're strict.
Yeah. Ludicrous.
He is a monster of a man.
That upper back is quite large.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Look, the rack nearly falling over. Holy shit.
You have to imagine it's difficult to bring a fork to your mouth when you're that big.
Is it more difficult than pressing 170 by 5? Now,
insane.
On the realm of pressing, we also have Toshiki.
121 kilos annoy you, Garth?
It's oddly specific, It's strangely specific, if you ask me.
It looked very nice. It was a lovely press.
I was a good push press, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Nah, I'm joking. Great press. We haven't seen a lot of Olympic lifting from Toshiki in the last while.
No.
Because I know he had some other injuries, but I wonder what he's... We haven't seen a lot of squatting from either, though. It's only seems to be pressing.
Yeah.
I wonder... He does seem to go for long periods previously without a lot of weightlifting. So I wonder what he's doing when he's training. I'd love to know.
He looks pretty strong.
If anyone knows what Toshiki's doing at the moment, we're very interested. Unfortunately, I think his old Instagram got deleted with all those great videos on it. So he's got a new Instagram at the moment, which is very sad because there's a lot of fantastic videos and there's that many lifters like Toshiki out there. So that's a shame. Hopefully there's someone has saved them somewhere. Now, this is real from what I can tell. This is a 323.5 kilo front squat by someone called Lucas Odlas. He's in the Czech Republic. The second video actually goes up to the barbell looking at the plates. I don't know what to say about this.
I've no reason to believe that, like, nothing about that doesn't act like 325 kilos.
Yeah.
Bar is flexing a considerable amount. Assuming that's something like an Alico weightlifting bar. That would make sense.
That's an incredible front squat.
Yeah.
So he goes up to the barbell after, okay? So we've got... Okay, so he's actually taking the weights off the barbell. So I assume that's a 15. This is like the open... Oh, sneaky video editing. He's changing the plates.
Oh my God.
No, I wouldn't doubt him. So I'm going to see the plates here. So 15. Okay. 25 kilo plate. just multiple 25s, assume on the inside. 35 pound, that's probably where the 23.5 kilos came from. So some random pound plates, some more 20s. So
Yeah.
Further to that, also on his profile, here's a video of him doing 170 by 7 power clean from blocks.
Do you know anything about him, Gareth, what he's training for? Is he...
To be an absolute horse by the looks of
Okay.
things. I've literally no idea. I'd like to say thrower, but I don't think so. I've no idea. Like,
Yeah.
what?
They're lovely looking power cleans.
They're incredible looking power clean.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's a 190 by 3, which I'll show you in a second once this is finished. I love how paced he's doing these at as well. Like, he's just really taking his time.
He looks like an athlete doing S&C work rather than a weightlifter.
I don't think he's a weightlifter,
No.
but 170 by 7, he's holding the hook grip, a man that large.
Yeah.
What a freak of nature.
Could be a thrower.
Like, if...
Who else is front squatting weights that big?
I don't know. Like, what do we see from Lasha was like a 285 front squat, 312. Now I know his is kind of to parallel or whatever, but it's still 312.5 kilos. So there's a 190 by... He seems to be just a very powerful dude.
Yeah.
If anyone knows what Lucas does, I'd be very interested. But here is the 190 by 3 power clean.
So nice.
You don't even see weightlifters do it with this kind of speed and tenacity.
That at the end of his second pull, that contact is just so nice.
Technically, they're perfect.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally nothing wrong with these power cleans.
Also, wearing a lever belt for power cleans, that is a... He can't be a weightlifter.
170 kilo snatch. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Oh, 180 coming soon. Body at 107. So this is from, like 3 years ago. But
Okay.
when is the 190 from? So that was a couple of weeks ago. The 312 was some 6 weeks ago.
Yes.
If anyone knows anything about this gentleman, I'd be very
Yeah.
impressed.
I'd love to know what he's training for.
A 320 kilo full Zercher squat by the looks of things. He's 123 kilos. Holy fuckballs. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please keep tagging us and stuff, because someone tagged us in this in the last few lifts. So can't see everything, so it is great to see the things. Hope you enjoyed today's news show. Anything to finish with there?
Also, I hope you have a good holiday season. Hope it's a good Christmas. We'll talk to you all again next week, which will obviously be after Christmas. But yeah, nothing else to add. Some phenomenally strong lifting.
Very strong lifting.
Yeah.
Great day for it.